Previously, I made a video on how to set up a home server by installing CasaOS on a Raspberry Pi. This is what its user interface looks like. However, right now we can only access this server from the local network, meaning from other devices connected to the same router as the Raspberry Pi. We can't access it when we are away. So, how do we access this server from anywhere in the world, even when we are not at home? In other words, how do we access it from a wide area network like the internet? That's exactly what we are going to look at in today's video. We will be using a service called ngrok. We will see how to set it up and what to do so that access from the wide area network isn't lost even if the Raspberry Pi restarts. First, go to ngrok.com and sign up. It's super easy to sign up with just an email address. I've already signed up, so I'm logging in. I have multi-factor authentication enabled, so I will enter the code from my authenticator app to login. From here, select the platform you need the ngrok service for. In our case, we will select Raspberry Pi. As you scroll down, you will see the installation steps. Under the installation section, let's choose Homebrew. Now you will see an installation command. Copy that. Next, go to the CasaOS interface and open the Raspberry Pi's terminal. Remember, the username and password you enter here are not for CasaOS, they are for the Raspberry Pi. We set these up when we installed the Raspberry Pi OS. I explained that in detail in the previous video. Once you are connected, paste the command we copied earlier and run it. And hey, don't forget to give this video a like. Now ngrok is installed. Let's go back to the ngrok site and copy the next command. This one adds the auth token to the ngrok config file. Paste it into the terminal and run it. Next, we need to deploy our app so that our server can be accessed from the internet. For that, we need a static domain. The first time you do this, it will ask you to claim one. Click Claim Static Domain and you will get a command like this. Copy it, paste it into the terminal and run it. Now, copy the URL that appears and open it in a browser. But be careful, not with the Ctrl+C. If you do that, the service will close. Instead, right-click and copy it. Let's open the copied URL in another tab. The first time you visit, it will look like this. Click Visit Site and the CasaOS interface will appear. This uses HTTPS, so it's a secure connection. Enter your username and password and you are logged in. To make sure this works from anywhere, let's try from my phone. I've turned off Wi-Fi and switched to mobile data. Now let's open the URL. And there it is. Our home server can now be accessed from anywhere in the world. For security, make sure you set a strong password for CasaOS. However, there's still one issue. What if the Raspberry Pi restarts? This could happen due to a power cut or if we restart it remotely. If that happens, this public URL won't work anymore. Let's test it by restarting the Raspberry Pi and waiting for a bit. While we are waiting, more videos on this topic are coming soon, so make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon. Okay, the Raspberry Pi has restarted, but even after refreshing, the server isn't accessible. So let's fix that. First, Access CasaOS from the local network and open the terminal. We will run a few commands. You can find them in the description. Run this command first. Now a file has been created. Paste these lines into it. There are a few edits to make. After the slash, enter the command you got from ngrok to deploy the app. Copy it from the ngrok site and paste it. Make sure there is no space after the slash. Replace user with your Raspberry Pi's username. Save it by pressing Ctrl+O. Hit enter. Then press Ctrl+X to exit. Now run this command to reload the configuration files. Next, run this command to enable ngrok. Finally, run this command to start ngrok. And we are done. You can now type exit to close the terminal. Let's refresh the ngrok public URL. And there we go. We are back online. Now let's restart the Raspberry Pi again and see what happens. After about a minute, let's refresh the page. And yes, it works. Now, whenever the Raspberry Pi turns on or restarts, we can access our server through the public ngrok URL. It has truly become a cloud server accessible from anywhere in the world. More videos like this are coming soon, so make sure you subscribe and enable notification. If you found this video helpful, give it a like. See you in the next one.